Alright, so we just had a main event yesterday with Roundtree and Hill. How did you feel about that fight right there?
Kind of went. I thought it was gonna be a finish. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of figured Roundtree was gonna get it done because I'm not gonna lie. Jamal Hill, I'm not gonna say he's a lucky champion, but he had the right matchup to get the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say Glover was an easy matchup. Glover had just came out beating Yuri and who did he beat to get the belt? Jan Blachowicz. So I mean, he had just came out two really good wins at 44 years old. But I mean, Glover never had great footwork, especially at 44 or 45 years old coming into that Jamal Hill fight. He never had great footwork. So that was an easier matchup because Glover's like on the feet. I'm not gonna say he's gonna stand right in front of you, but he's an easier target for Jamal Hill compared to somebody like Yuri, who Yuri beat him up completely on the feet for most of 3 rounds, and Yuri has pretty much great footwork. Alex Pereira also has great footwork, and Khalil Roundtree, who doesn't have good footwork, but he has really, really good, not great, but really good footwork.
Yeah.
So it's a pattern there.
Yeah.
So if you throw a guy with power or decent striking that has footwork, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the recipe there.
Yeah.
And then he also tore his Achilles too, like 2 years back, so that doesn't help either.
Right.
So we also got to pay attention to that. So an Achilles injury is pretty serious.
Yeah. So did you see at the end of the fight that he pretty much asked him why he was running around and didn't fight? What's your take on that? Because he's basically saying you got your points and then you've been dodging me the whole fight. Now, do you agree with that? Or do you think they should have battled out to the end?
I feel like, hey, if you got the win, why not play the safe route? Because when you're going to get somebody like Jamal, he got the ability he got pretty much one-shot knockout power. So why would you play with that when you already got the win secured? He didn't won. It was pretty. I feel like it should have been almost 50-45.
Mm-hmm.
But it was. Yeah, he dominated him. I don't see any point in trying to play around.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. Play the safe route.
Yeah, I agree. But I just thought it was weird to hear your competition ask you that at the end of the fight. I just thought that was the first time I ever heard that.
I mean, he couldn't try. I mean, once in the first and second rounds when not Jamal, Khalil chopped his legs down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his already bad footwork got worse.
Yeah.
So that made tracking down Khalil even harder.
Yeah.
So of course he's gonna feel some type of way. I don't see a problem with it. I feel like Khalil fought a perfect fight.
Okay. All right. So last week they was here in Atlanta, Usman and Buckley. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that Usman and Buckley fight?
It was not the approach that I expected from Usman, especially since when you look at his last few fights, he's been his last several fights since when he was in his prime, back when he had the belt. He's been, striking for a while. It's been a while since he went to that, wrestle heavy approach. I mean, against Leon, he mixed it in, going along with the pressure. But it's been a while since we've seen him, go back to what I would like to say got him to the dance, which is his wrestling. Which I'm not gonna lie, Jaquan Buckley didn't really have an answer for it for about 20 minutes of that fight.
Wow.
He didn't have an answer. One thing I can say, Jaquan Buckley, he gets better as the fight progresses.
Yeah.
And when the 5th round came, he actually stuffed I think he did get caught at the end. But I know he stuffed most of the takedowns and actually was catching Usman.
Yeah.
But Usman ended up, clinching, because, I mean, Buckley, Buckley is probably, if not the most explosive 170 in that division. And probably, I mean, and he has almost one hit power. So, I mean, I don't blame Usman, who's coming off 3 losses in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he was emotional after that fight, you know?
I mean, I don't blame him. You go from being number 1 pound for pound to getting KO'd to losing 2 times after that.
Yeah.
I mean, it does a lot to the brain for sure. I mean, a lot mentally, emotionally.
Yeah.
Like,
See if I still got it type of thing, or should I hang it up?
Yeah. I know he was probably questioning himself a couple of times, especially since he already doesn't have good knees either. His knees are terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't have good knees.
Wow.
So I can see why coming off losses like that, I can see why you can question yourself, and then coming back in the win, being emotional, I can understand it.
Wow. So that same night, you had an up-and-coming guy, Malcolm Wellmaker.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think he's going to be a superstar to come, or is this just one of these guys, just another guy? Because he's a homegrown guy. He's from Georgia, and for him to play in front of his home, you know, he came out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he definitely. I'm gonna say it was a great shot. Caught him. What it was? If I'm not mistaken, it was I think it was a right hook. Yeah. It was perfect. Planted, got his hips into it. It was perfect against somebody who's known to have a granite chin. Wow. And Chris Matinho, yeah. 'Cause I mean, I don't know if you remember, but he fought Sean O'Malley, the former bantamweight champion.
Yeah.
And Sean beat him for pretty much every round, and Matinho just kept coming forward.
Wow.
So that goes to show the power that Wellmaker has and possesses at 135.
You had mentioned earlier that Wellmaker was a prospect, or because this is the thing. The reason why I was questioning is this is a sport I probably wouldn't. I know I could never do, but I don't see the heart of doing it because he's working a regular 9-to-5 jobs too.
I mean,
he just literally had a 9-to-5 job, and then I think he had got paid $50,000 for bonuses for that fight, and then he said now he could just focus full time on this.
I mean,
do you think that's worth it though? Working a job, then because your practice is still you taking hits in the face and stuff. So would you want to go that route as a fighter? Work a job and still go into this type of atmosphere for a living?
Yeah. I mean, because eventually what you're doing in the UFC, if you keep winning, the more you keep winning, the more money you keep getting. If you're training hard, it's gonna pay off. You're gonna eventually get paid enough money to eventually stop working the 9-to-5 and actually hone in and practice on what you love doing. If that's something he actually does love doing. Yeah. I mean, it's
no other sport. Like if you was going to be a football player or a basketball player, you don't see them working a regular job and then going to practice and stuff like that. Even in their, because they don't have college, I guess. So because that's their college thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the difference though. There isn't no like how basketball players and football players got college and they pretty much got a school looking over them, preparing them, making sure they doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, an MMA fighter, it's solely on what you're doing. Like you gotta be putting in the work. It's not nobody's there to help you, hold your hand. It's all on you when it comes to being an MMA fighter, and it's just not the same. It's not the same.
Nah,
it's not.
It's not. But also, Colby Covington, he had mentioned that he was in college. He was roommates with John Jones. And he said he kind of left John Jones kind of. Kobe said John Jones left a bad taste in his mouth because he was doing extra stuff, like something he shouldn't have been doing. Do you believe that, first of all, or you just thinking that's Kobe, what Kobe do? Troll and try to get a reaction out of people?
Okay. Do I believe it? Yes and no. Because, I mean, we all talking about John Jones. And before, let's get this off the record. Huge John Jones fan.
Yeah.
Favorite fighter.
Yeah.
But we know the past. So him saying this about him in college, I mean, I don't know. It's not far-fetched.
Yeah.
It's not outlandish. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true at all. But it's not outlandish.
Yeah.
But it's also COVID competent too. So
that's what I'm saying.
COVID coaching says whatever's on his mind. So
yeah. And you just mentioned that John Jones is probably retiring. That's what rumors are.
No, it's official. He's retired.
Wow.
Yeah, he's retired. Which it sucks because I wanted to see him fight Tom Aspinall. Don't get me wrong, huge John Jones fan. I would have rather him lost than him win out the way he did. But at the same time, I also understand it. Because, I mean, Tom Aspinall, 28, 29, young, hungry, fast, explosive, powerful heavyweight. John's 37, 38.
Yeah.
Not just saying he's older. There's no way to sugarcoat. He's older.
Yeah.
I don't blame him at all. I understand it. He doesn't want to take a loss. I understand.
So is it ducking him? 'Cause that's what they're saying.
Is it ducking? In the way that it played out, it seems so.
And if
I hate
anybody
to
can
see
beat him, it'll be him.
Anybody in that heavyweight division, yes. If anybody was to beat him, it would be him. Because now he's gone. Nobody's beating him. Nobody's beating him.
Wow.
Jailton Almeida, great grappling, but that's literally it. Great grappling, but that's it. You stuff a couple of takedowns, and it's literally it. Cyril Gane, he has no ground game. They talking about France is coming back, but he's also older and doesn't have knees either. So, all these guys, plus the heavyweight division is just unskilled altogether. Like, there's a couple guys that are skilled, but they have major holes, and then the rest are just some guys.
Yeah.
So I don't see with John being gone, I don't see nobody beating him. Then he's young. He's gonna have that belt for a while.
So he's automatically the champion now.
Yeah, he got promoted. Wow. Yeah, because he defended the interim belt. So which you never seen before. So give him. Go ahead, promote him. I hate that the fight didn't happen, but I understand it.
Wow, another legend. But that sport, you can't do this shit forever. So.
Oh no.
He did a long career.
Yeah, youngest champion ever. Most title wins ever.
How many losses he got? Just one or zero?
One. Well, it was illegal strikes.
Yeah. So he really haven't lost.
Technically, even though some people say he lost to Reyes and Gustafsson. I don't think so. I watched those fights.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Sound on, sound off.
Yeah.
I seen Reyes win in the first two.
Yeah.
And then Jones win in the last three. Don't get me wrong, Reyes had a great first 2 rounds. But, he didn't... I'm not saying he didn't do anything after that, but Jones just did more in the last 3 rounds. And you can say the same thing in the Gustafsson fights as well. It was a little bit different. But I just don't think stuffing takedowns, I don't know. I think it takes more. Don't get me wrong. They had a great recipe to trying to beat him, though. Because if you got great takedown defense and you're a boxer, you have a good chance of beating him. don't get me wrong, because that's his weakness. Is boxing. Like that's always been his weakness in the boxing range. But even though he has counters for when he gets in that range, but a good boxer, that if you can stuff the takedowns though, that's how you can. That's your best chance. Anything else, no. Trying to grapple with him, nah.
So, since I don't know if you heard about the Deontay Wilder comments, but he was basically saying that any other sport besides the boxing and MMA, he was saying they train to kill. I mean, that's some big words to say. They train to kill. He's like, the other ones just practice and stuff like that, like football, basketball, they practice, but they train to kill. Do you think that's harsh statements, or do you think that's fitting for what he?
I mean, yes, yeah. I mean, no. I don't think it's a harsh statement because he's absolutely right. I mean, those two sports are the sports that you can like legally. It's easy to say you can legally kill a man.
Yeah,
and it's okay. I mean, because that's what they both trained their whole lives for. That's what they signed up for. All that. I don't feel like MMA and boxing is a sport. I don't think it's a sport. No, I don't think
gladiator type thing.
I don't think an event or a spectacle, whatever you want to call it, where two guys train weeks and months for that event, sometimes can get injured before coming to that fight, leave with injuries, go to that event with the intentions of causing bodily harm. That's not in a sport. A sport is fun.
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
It's fun to some,
yeah,
and some love it.
Yeah,
but a lot do it for the money.
Yeah,
that's why I don't think you can really call it fully a sport.
Yeah,
I think it's more than that. Especially MMA. Boxing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not a sport, though.
Yeah, it's more like a gladiator thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, I'm literally coming here to beat you up.
Yeah.
We're getting paid lots of money to beat each other up.
Yeah. Damn. All right, so you did see the three... what's that league called? 3-on-3 or Big Three?
Yeah, the Big Three.
It was pretty entertaining to see them go against each other, and it turned out to be a fight. But did you see the one-on-one with Mike Beasley and Lance Stevenson?
Yeah, I seen that.
It was pretty entertaining. But this is what kills me. So I don't know if you've seen. They pretty much had you know how the fighters have that, how they go against each other before the match. They talk to each other like a face-off type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like on a face-off, but on a podcast, and Beasley was just going in on Lance Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
Lance Stevenson is known to be a loudmouth and stuff like that. He was pretty much quiet. What's your take on that? Because then, when the game started, first of all, Beasley beat him on that one-on-one thing. But then when they actually played the game, the matchup, Stevenson fought Dwight Howard. Do you think he's picking and choosing his beef? Like, if this guy is talking greasy to you, and then you don't do nothing to him, but you go after Dwight Howard, who's just playing the game, do you think he's picking and choosing his beef?
No.
Beasley is a little throw it off.
I mean, he's a little throw it off for real, but I mean, Dwight Howard ain't the sharpest tool in the shed either, but nah. But I don't think he picked him because Dwight Howard is a bigger guy, so I don't think he's picking the beef. Beasley is crazier, but I don't know. I don't think he's scared of Beasley or anything like that. As far as that sit down go, that's just what happens when you put a crazy personality in front of an even crazier personality.
Yeah.
Like you can't do nothing but just sit and grin because it's funny.
Yeah.
I probably would have most likely did the same thing. It was funny though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because Beasley was just saying the most absurd things.
Yeah.
Hey,
And he just took it.
Hey, that's what happened when you get a crazier person in the room with you. There's always somebody crazier than you though.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so I just seen that Canelo and Bud Crawford have a match scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got? Because I think this is gonna be this is must watch, must see TV.
Oh yeah, it's everybody's definitely finna be tuned into this fight. Honestly, I gotta say Canelo because
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Bud is gonna outbox him and stuff like that," but like, let's not forget Canelo can box and he's defensively responsible as well, and he also hits significantly harder than probably anybody that Bud's gonna face, and he's coming up in weight. He's coming up in weight to fight Canelo. Bud came down, if I'm not mistaken, from lightweight, and that's a pretty far jump to the weight class they're fighting at. I mean, even though, don't get me wrong, that was a long time ago, but that just lets you know, like, the size is gonna be there. The size advantage is gonna be the strength is gonna be felt. The power advantage is also. Don't get me wrong, Bud can crack.
Yeah.
But Canelo can also crack.
But I feel like Bud is more quicker. I think he's more elusive.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be faster. I agree. He's definitely gonna be faster. He's definitely gonna be more technical. He's definitely the more technical boxer here, but
the power's gonna outweigh his speed.
I don't know. That it could be the case. Power is definitely a great equalizer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you can't hit a man, I mean,
yeah.
but I'm gonna say, don't get me wrong, Bud's defense is really, really good, but Canelo's gonna hit him. It's just when he does get hit, what's gonna happen? Because like I said,
but Bud never lost.
No, he's undefeated. He is undefeated. But this is definitely the best fighter he's fought, though. Yeah, the best fighter he's fought, though, to me, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of people will say the same thing. That's why I think, two people at their prime, this is gonna be good. You think Bud is fading out of his prime or something?
I wouldn't. Oh, not to say that neither one are fading, but I wouldn't say they're in the primes. I wouldn't say. I would.
They got a legacy.
Yeah. No. They definitely got a leg. I wouldn't say they're still great. They're still great, but there were definitely better versions of themselves for sure. Like, yeah, because I mean, Bud is how old? He's definitely over 35. Him.
I think he got 7 kids. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Bud is definitely. I mean, Canelo's right behind him, if not probably somewhere around the same age as well.
Yeah.
Like they're both not young fighters, on the wrong side of 30, as a lot of people say. So, I mean, they're definitely not in their primes, but they're not, fading or twilight years or look like a shell of them former selves. It's not anything like that, but yeah, but then there's definitely better versions of themselves, for sure.
Alright, that would do it, bro. Alright, so this whole thing will be clipped on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this whole thing right here will be